What is up, my fellow creepers and things that go bump in the night? Welcome back to another episode of Creature of the Night. I am your host, Toxin, of course. Today, if you saw my last video, I will be going over Queen of the Damned.
Queen of the Damned.
Come out, wherever you are.
Starring Aaliyah as the Queen. R.I.P. Aaliyah, another one that was taken away from us like way too soon. You know, R.I.P. Miss you, man. Miss your music. Fucking love your music. Stuart Townsend, and I'm gonna butcher the shit out of this last name. Marguerite Moreau. She plays Jessie. Lestat's love affair. Director Michael Rimmer. Annie Rice. And she actually wrote the novel, The Vampire Chronicles, and Scott Abbott, who actually wrote the screenplay. I want to give a big shout out to CharlieLestat, my little homie who's a rapper. Again, I will leave his info in the description below. Guys, go check out his music. Fucking badass music. Just easy listening, something to bump to. I highly recommend it, guys. He actually recommended that I do this video, and if you recommended me to do a review, they are coming, guys. Since I did interview with the vampire, I thought I would get this one out of the way. I forget, guys, I wanted to give a big shout out today to the clothing, the Ocean Clothing Company, for providing today's shirt. If you could check it out, it is a Cthulhu head. I say it's a Cthulhu head. It's a skull with octopus coming out of it, but it reminds me a lot of Cthulhu. If you know who that is, big shout out to you. But go check him out, guys. I know he was having issues with his Instagram like a while back, so I don't know. He did make a new Instagram. I don't know if he's fixed the issues or what, but go ahead and follow him at the_ocean_clothing1. And his original, it's still up, but I believe he's having issues with shipment. And go ahead and follow his original Instagram, the_ocean_clothing. So I will put both of them up in the description below, of course, and I will try to leave a link to his website so you can go check it out, guys. Fucking badass material, badass material, badass pricing, and badass designs, guys. And he has many, many more to come. So give him a follow, guys. Thank you. Last time we saw was Lestat. He was, obsessed with Louis and, not being alone, being hardcore vampire. Nothing's really changed in this one. Obviously, it is a different actor. It's not Tom Cruise. It's Townsend, but this movie overall was very interesting. I did have to do a refresher for this one for sure. Only seen this movie maybe once and a half. Again, yeah, once and a half in my lifetime. So definitely need a review. But so from what I took from it, he was already alone. He was already healed up, because if you watched Interview with the Vampire, how it ended, he actually bites Christian Slater and he kind of gains his power back. He's finally fully healed from the shit that little girl and Louis did to him in an Interview with the Vampire. So this is, in my opinion, again, the book may say something else, I don't know, but it's just like now he's alone and we're learning a little bit more about his backstory, what he came from, and the person that made him, Marius, I believe, is his maker. And so he was way back in the day. He also comes from Wales, the same as Louis. He had money, although Louis was in New Orleans. I think he was in New Orleans. I'm not sure. And then Lestat was actually in somewhere in the Mediterranean or something like that. And this one kind of goes a little bit not as in depth as Interview with the Vampire, of the loneliness and all that, because he definitely did feel that I thought in the beginning of the film, and he really didn't. Lestat's always been a rule breaker, so he wasn't really comfortable with Marius told him, we had to stay a secret. Why, and there's always that one vampire like, why do we have to do that? We're like the top of the food chain. We should own these people. Why do we have to hide and keep our secret? It's fucking bullshit. And you know what? Coming to think about it, like, if they wanted to and they were out there, they decided one day to flip the switch, they could fucking destroy the shit out of us. I'm just being honest, guys, and we would not fucking be prepared for that shit. Yeah, this one goes into his past. He's actually kept in this castle that's on the island. Like the whole island, it looks like the castle's built into the island. It was made out of the rock, so it's pretty dope. And we actually learned that the mother and father of all vampires, the queen and king, and something about the king kind of just didn't want to do it no more. So he went into, I guess, hibernation. He went into a deep sleep, and so without her king by her side, she did the same thing. and then she found something in Lestat while he was playing his music. That's what kind of woke her up and made him like find her and bring her down to the basement. And like she found a new king, somebody who was just as hungry as her original king and wanted to dominate the world and show people that we're out there and all this shit. So she found a new man. She said fuck you to the old guy, ends up killing him after she infects Lestat with her blood, and like he actually becomes more powerful than the average vampire. So he wakes up from a long sleep. Rock and roll is dominating the world at the time, so he goes and joins a rock band. And yeah, it's kind of like that's exactly how it sounds. He joins a rock band. He dominates the rock industry. But his songs, by the way, a lot of his songs were written by Jonathan Davis. He does have a small cameo in the movie. If you don't know who Jonathan Davis is, fuck you. He's actually the lead singer of Korn. Fucking love that guy, dude. The dreadlocks, all of it. Anyway, and he's a big video game nerd too, so that's even more fucking respect. But yeah, he comes out in the movie. Yeah, so a lot of his songs were written by him. Favorite song in the movie, I See Hell in Your Eyes. That one's fucking amazing, guys. So and anyway, there's a lot of secrets that Lestat is actually giving away in his songs about vampires, where vampire safe houses are clubs that they lure humans in so they can feed. And of course, this outrages the goddamn vampire community. So at one of his clubs that he has in Death Valley, they actually go and try to swarm him to kill him. And it's up to like I'm guessing the vampire council, like the oldest of the old, the last elders, or the whatever they called them. I forgot what they called. They referenced to him in Interview with the Vampire. But they go and try to help him as well. But then Aaliyah comes out of nowhere because she wakes up from her slumber after feeding on her king and draining his powers even becoming more powerful than she already was and more blood drunk than she ever was. And the thing with her, she doesn't just feed on humans, she feeds on vampires as well. So it doesn't matter, as long as she gets it, she gets it. And she goes and saves her king, transforms him. He's actually able to walk in the daylight for the first time in centuries. And so much so that he's actually like blinded by the sun. It's just a blinding light now. And so after hearing her plan about how she wants to rule, and it kind of just sounds like she wants to kill everybody, and that's it. Like she just wants to rule them with an iron fist and kill anybody getting in her way. He kind of seems like he's for that, but then when he makes his move on, because the only way to kill her is in the same thing with the Interview with the Vampire. Like if you drink the last drop of human blood or whoever's blood that you're feeding on, you take their death onto you. So not only do they die, but you die as well. So that's kind of a fucked up. Like, damn, you can't even drain a motherfucker dry anymore. Pause. But anyway, so he feasts on her, becoming even more powerful. The council goes and jumps on her and becomes more powerful by feeding on her. And it's up to like the eldest one, the oldest woman. She takes the last drop and she turns to stone, versus Aaliyah turning into stone. She actually turns to, like, I can't really remember how to describe it. Like she burns up, or she like turns to ash, and then that's it. So guys, I actually recommend it. I think that is on Hulu too. I think it was on Hulu. I'm not quite sure. I might have to have seen it on a website per se. Anyway, yeah. So overall, a very good movie. It was actually more entertaining. There's a lot more action in it, I would say. Still recommend Interview with a Vampire. Amazing movie. But yeah, there's a lot more action, a lot more fighting. I just love that they go into depth with the vampire secrets. Like just certain things when Jesse is actually breaking down the songs, there's a lot of references of the safe houses and the meaning behind the safe houses, the names of them, where they came from, where they originated. So it does go a little bit more into like vampire history versus, an Interview with a Vampire. They were just looking to see if they were not the only ones. And this one is like, yeah, they're actually fucking everywhere. They're just really well hidden in, and we're telling your secrets. That's what this movie was about, guys. But fucking soundtrack was amazing. The acting was great. Aaliyah's amazing. Again, R.I.P. If you're heavy into vampires, go check it out. They're very sexualized in this one, the same as Interview with the Vampire. Little homosexual, but a lot more other, sexuals that are going on out there. And it does go heavy as the same as Christian Slater in Interview with a Vampire. Jesse wants to turn into a vampire as well. So it just really plays on human desires for immortality, for power. Just going off of that, guys. Guys, I highly recommend it. Go check it out. Again, big shout out to CharlieLestat. Go check out his music, guys. I highly recommend it. 2 thumbs up for the movie and his music. Yeah, guys. Till next time, if you're not sinning, you're not having fun. Rock on, guys.